Hello students, in this video lecture we will be discussing about ripple carry adder. Before getting into the ripple carry adder, we will have a quick review on the full adder. Here I have shown the symbol for full adder as well as the truth table for full adder, right? Because why I am showing this full adder circuitry as well as the truth table is the ripple carry is being built based upon this full adder logic only. So I have shown the full adder truth table and symbol. Now we will discuss about the ripple carry adder. A ripple carry adder is a digital circuit that produces the arithmetic sum of two binary numbers. It can be constructed with full adders connected in cascade with the carry output from each full adder connected to carry input of the next full adder in the chain. The figure shows the interconnection of 4 full adders to provide a 4-bit ripple carry adder. Notice from the figure that the input is from the right side because the first cell traditionally represents the least significant bit A0, and B0 in the figure represents the least significant bit of the number to be added. The sum output is represented by the bit S0 to S3. Ripple carry adder works in different stages. Each full adder takes the carry as input and produce carry out and some bit as output. The carry out produced by a full adder serves as carry in for its adjacent most significant full adder. When carry in becomes available to the full adder, it activates the full adder. After full adder becomes activated, it comes into operation. Now let us see the working of a 4-bit carry adder. Let us take an example. Let the two 4-bit numbers are 1 0 1 0 and 0 1 0 1. You take the 0 1 0 1 as number A and 1 0 1 0 as B. That is, this is nothing but of A0 and 0 is nothing but of A1, and again 1 is nothing but of A2, and the 0 is nothing but of A3. Similarly, so this 0 is nothing but of B0, and this is of B1, and this is B2, and this is B3, right? Okay. So these numbers are to be added using a 4-bit ripple carry adder. 4-bit ripple carry adder carry outs the addition as I'm going to explain now, and it has different stages. We will go stage by stage. The first stage is when Cin is fed as input to the full adder A, it activates the full adder A. Then at full adder A0 is equal to 1. So here the A0 is equal to 1 as we have chosen the number as 0 1 0 1 and A0 is equal to 1. B0 is equal to 0 and Cin is equal to 0 because there is no carry in it. So the full adder A computes the sum bit and carry bit now. So the sum bit is equal to A0 is equal to 1, B0 is equal to 0 and C0 is equal to 0. So S0 is equal to 1 and the carry bit is being calculated here. A0 B0 XORed with B0 Cin XORed with Cin A0. So the C0 bit is equal to 0 when we Now we proceed with stage 2. So in stage 2, A1 is equal to 0, B1 is equal to 1. When C0 is fed as input to the full adder B, it activates the full adder B. Then at full adder B, we will be having A1 is equal to 0 and B1 is equal to 1. So full adder B computes the sum bit and carry bit now. So the sum bit as per the input, A1 is equal to 0 and B1 is equal to 1 and C0 is equal to 0, will be getting S1 is equal to 1 and the carry bit will be getting it as 0, right? So next we will proceed with stage 3. So in stage 3, when C1 is fed as input to the full adder C, it activates the full adder C. Then at full adder C, A2 is equal to 1, B2 is equal to 0. The full adder C computes the sum bit and carry bit as S2 is equal to 1 and C2 is equal to 0. When we go to stage 4, when C2 is fed as input to the full adder D, it activates the full adder D. Then at full adder D, A3 is equal to 0 and B3 is equal to 1. Full adder D computes the sum bit and carry bit as S3 is equal to 1 and C3 is equal to 0. So as we follow all the 4 stages, we have got at stage 1, S0 is equal to 1, S1 is equal to 1, S2 is equal to 1 and S3 is equal to 1 and the carry C0 is equal to C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C3. All the things are equal to 0 for the chosen example case. So the output sum is equal to 1 1 1 1 and the carry is C3 is equal to 0, right? The main disadvantage of ripple carry adder is the ripple carry adder does not allow to use all the full adder simultaneously. Each full adder has to necessarily wait until the carry bit becomes available from its adjacent full adder. This increases the propagation time. Due to this reason, ripple carry adder becomes extremely slow. This is considered to be the biggest disadvantage of using ripple carry adder. Now let us discuss about the delay in ripple carry adder. So you will be given the carry propagation delay and some propagation delay of each full adder and you will be asked to calculate the worst case delay of the ripple adder, right? So if it is being asked, so what you have to do is you have to follow the procedural steps what I am going to tell. So in ripple carry adder, a full adder becomes active only when its carry is made available by its adjacent least significant bit, right? So that is what we have seen so far, right? So when carry becomes available to the full adder, it starts its operation. It produces the corresponding output sum bit and carry bit, right? So the time after which carry bit Cx becomes available is the required time is equal to total number of full adders till full adder producing the carry bit Cx into carry propagation delay of full adder. The time after which some bit Sx becomes available is the required time is equal to time taken for its carry into become available plus some propagation delay of full adder. So we will calculate the worst case delay for the last full adder by means of these things. The type 2 problem is you will be given the propagation delay of some basic logic gate. You will be told how the full adder has been implemented. then you will be asked to calculate the worst case delay of ripple carry adder. So at this case, what you have to do is, the computation has to be done in the same manner as type 1 problem. It is just that in type 2 problem, one step is increased. We have to first calculate the carry propagation delay and some propagation delay in terms of logic gates. Then our problem will reduce to type 1 problem. Let propagation delay of AND gate is equal to TPD, OR gate is equal to TPD OR, and XOR gate is equal to TPD XOR. Now carry propagation delay, we calculate the carry propagation delay of full adder using its carry generator logic circuit. It has two levels in the given implementation. At first level, 3 AND gate operates. All the 3 AND gates operates in parallel. So we consider the propagation delay due to only one AND gate. At the second level, OR gate operates. Now carry propagation delay of full adder is equal to time taken by it to generate the output carry bit, that equal to propagation delay of AND gate plus propagation delay of OR gate, that is equal to TPD AND plus TPD OR. So now calculating the sum propagation delay. We calculate the sum propagation delay of full adder using its sum generator logic circuit. It has only one level at which XOR gate operates in the given implementation. Now sum propagation delay of full adder is equal to time taken by it to generate the output sum bit, that is equal to propagation delay of XOR gate, that is TPD XOR. Now we have got the carry propagation delay and sum propagation delay of full adder. Our problem reduced to type 1 problem now. Okay, so we use the same formula as we have seen in the type 1 problem to make the required calculations. I will show a practical problem based on ripple carry adder for delay calculation. So problem 1 is a 16-bit ripple carry adder is realized using 16 identical full adders. The carry propagation delay of each full adder is 12 nanoseconds and the sum propagation delay of each full adder is 15 nanoseconds. The worst case delay of the 16-bit adder will be what? That is what the question asked. The solution for the given question is, we consider the full adder for worst case delay. So the time after which output carry bit becomes available from the last full adder, that is equal to total number of full adder into carry propagation delay of full adder, that is equal to 16 into 12 nanoseconds, that is 192 nanoseconds. Time after which the output sum bit becomes available from the last full adder is equal to time taken for its carry in to become available plus some propagation delay of full adder, that is 15 into 12 nanoseconds plus 15 nanoseconds, that is equal to 195 nanoseconds. So problem 2 is a figure is being given. So we have to find the propagation delay of XOR and an OR gate. They are being given as 20 nanoseconds, 15 nanoseconds and 10 nanoseconds. We have to find the worst case delay for the given implementation. So we consider the full adder for worst case delay. The time after which the output carry bit becomes available for the last full adder is equal to total number of full adder into carry propagation delay of full adder. So that is equal to total number of full adder into propagation delay of AND gate plus propagation delay of OR gate. So that will be equal to 400 nanoseconds for the given problem, and the time taken for its carry into become available plus some propagation delay of full adder is equal to 395 nanoseconds. So this is how we have to find the worst case delay of the ripple carry adder.